Hello, Soul Light. Wishing you a beautiful, loving, insightful, and hopefully clarifying December. Always great to connect with all of you. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Michelle, and this is Soul Awakening. I hope you find a resonance here. If you are new, love you to join the community and connect further by subscribing, getting the notifications, and saying hello in the comments and letting me know how your path is going. So December is a very interesting month. November has been very interesting as well, as far as things being more revealed or more defined for people. I think the confusion is starting to clear. So I'm going to be looking in at the see what's coming in through the Akashic, the astral, and what is unfolding for you. If you're drawn to this reading, I'm sure it has some insight, some understanding for you, perhaps some foretelling or predictions of what's coming up for you. I always suggest with pick a card, which is one of my favorite types of readings, is to really just connect in, even as I'm talking, see which stone or deck calls you. It may be one, it might be two, it might be all of them, or you may come back and revisit this reading at a later date. Really trust your intuition, what you're first drawn to. What I like to do, a lot of times I'm drawn to one in particular. Like I'll watch a reader and I'm like, oh, one is just calling me. Or, you know, if I've been scrolling through various videos, one calls me, and then sometimes there's a secondary one. So you might get your messages in that way. Remember, you're the one that's putting it out there, what you need, you want to know what guidance. As a transmitter, or broadcaster, you're broadcasting, and then of course the reader picks up that transmission. So timestamps are below in the description box of the video. This is going to be soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 is Light Seer Tarot, and it's the stone says imagine. Soul story 2 is the She Wolf deck, and the stone says gratitude. And soul story number 3 is the, oh God, I forgot what it is. Is it the shadow? As above is so below. As above is so below deck. And you have miracles here. Okay. So you can skip ahead. I'm just going to give a little bit of an overview. I am getting a lot of information from my guides and from just tuning into source energies that December, and a little also January, but December, there's going to be a lot of people making decided decisions. A lot of choice that's coming up is either narrowed down, or things that you've been trying to decide on or get clarification now become clear. You know that it's yes or it's no, even if it's within you. A lot of people, I feel, will be working on their mindset, wrapping up cycles, finishing things, understanding more about themselves and what they need and want in relationship. Next year is a big relationship year. It's all about the collective. It's all about community. It's all about collaboration. It's all about, and when I say the collective, you're going to be observing the collective going through a lot. Some things will individually affect us personally, as you know, on an individual soul level, but a lot will be just watching, whether it's government, big business, corporations at each other, vying. You know, I've been seeing like congressional sessions or meetings or congressional hearings, Senate hearings, and whatever that version is in other countries as well. Different lawsuits coming up, looking at different laws, revisioning this, or this isn't constitutional. A lot of protest, civil unrest, but also just a lot, educational systems, teachers, people just saying kind of no and rebelling, but going through more professional channels or standards, or looking at professional standards, going through legal systems. So there's a lot about systems coming into play, and many of you will just be watching and observing and noticing what's going on. Some people obviously will be taking part individually on a personal level, and then some on a more professional level. I do think next year we get to see a lot the inner workings of institutions and systems at play, whether governmental system, healthcare system, environmental system, committees. We're going to be much more in touch with that and much more aware of, just through observation, of what works and what doesn't work. Now, what this does on an individual level is you'll be looking at what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Where are you needed? Where are you appreciated? Where are you valued? Where, with what people, what situations, what job, what position, what career are you best utilized? Are your soul talents, your gifts, your abilities utilized? Are you in a place where you're not appreciated? Are you a place where you don't feel like you fit in? Now, why is this happening? Because next year it's like major musical chairs, things moving around, so that people are placed more in environments and situations where we can just not just barely survive, but thrive. That you can be in places and situations and relationships and jobs and careers that are more aligned to your soul, where there's more of an appreciation of who and what you are. So that's why also next year has a lot to do with relationships, because it's going to be very key where you hang out vibrationally, by resonance. More people are going to be realizing some things don't work for me, or this company no longer works for me, or I'm moving on from this position. Part of it is, for lack of a better term, we've completed a lot of karma, generational individual karma, that interlinks or interlocks with our generational karma, cultural karma. This means cause and effect. Patterns, old patterns have been shifted enough, for some even like lessened or diluted, so that they're not as active, so that we can get more to the soul aspect of us, our dharma, our soul's purpose. Now, that doesn't mean a lot of you haven't been doing your soul's purpose or living very purposely, or if you call it your life purpose. Many of you are in service, you're healers, you're light workers, you're doing great work, you're teachers, way showers. Many of you are in social media or even on YouTube, and you've been helping others. That there's going to be a refinement on the way you do what you do. It's going to be even more fulfilling for you. It's like one way of expressing yourself is ending, and I would say next year will be ended for many people. If not by next year, some people the next 2 to 3 years, but many people I feel I'm connecting with, you're going to see a decided shift and change. You're going to see and feel the shifting. And this is because we're meant to find our communities, to connect in more with our soul family, our soul community, more kindred spirits, as things begin to have more of a division in life, because the centralized power is becoming more and more diluted. So there will be more focus on things that are state, city, or community, or some municipality, more tribal. We may be seeing a little bit of the lower octave of this tribalism, kind of through shame, especially with, does somebody get the V or not, that kind of thing. There is a little cult energy, a little bit people giving away their power, which kind of happened in the old paradigm of the Piscean age, where people just believed in someone, a cult leader or religion, which you still see some of that, because hopefully if they believe a certain way, then they'll get to the promised land, or they'll get to Shambhala, or they'll get to heaven where it's better. And these beliefs are going to start being dismantled. They already have. Believe me, as a trance channel, a conscious channel, a shaman, bereavement counselor, working psychic since birth, working with the spirit realms as a small child, yes, there is another dimension. There's other places to live, and there is a place, in a sense, where we go, non-local, when we're subsumed into the all that is, and the holographic aspect of us remains kind of a mist of the blueprint, if you will. Holographic, really. That's what a medium calls in. It's not that the person is on the other side, in the spirit realm. There is no body on the other side, unless you're living on another planet. When you cross over, your spiritual essence is subsumed into the all that is. But to call it in, to channel it or connect in with someone on the other side, there is almost like an apparition. There's almost like a reconfiguring and putting together the molecules, if you will, to have some kind of form for you to see. And that's why also spirits on the other side very often communicate through technology or a person, which we kind of are a technology if you look at it. So a lot of this awareness is going to be coming more and more to the forefront, which is going to cause people to want to live differently. And there will be a group of people or groups of people that want a much more meaningful experience in life, a more soulful, spirit-led, soul-fueled. In other words, what they do is fueled by their soul, their true passions and desires. And there is going to be starting to be more people saying, I want to also create a world like this. I want my children and children's children to have a world like this. So you're going to see a lot of movements, especially with women and mothers. Not to say men aren't going to be involved, those in a male body or identify that way, or fathers. They will also, but you're going to really start seeing in the next few years, mothers really coming together, especially in rights of children and within the educational system, and funding or founding new schools or charter schools, or maybe educational, like pods for homeschooling. So all of this means, and why I just share this, and I'll be doing some deeper dives on this. I do on Patreon, if you're interested in this kind of information or guidance as far as what's going on with the economy or cryptocurrency or what I've been shown. You could always connect with me through Patreon. You can get a session too through soulplayground.life. MentorCam for questions about your path or any other way that I can help you. But Patreon, I really dive in deep with this through videos and then a monthly meetup if that interests you. Why I share this now is to just kind of give you a heads up. Many of you have wanted to be, when am I going to be partnered? Or when am I going to find my soul family or my soul tribe? Or where's my community? That's coming next year. Many of you have been very disappointed by the spiritual community or quote unquote yoga or quote unquote spiritual, quote unquote astrology. I say quote unquote because it's loosely termed, because what I've heard from others, there's been sometimes a lot of shame about decisions that people are making, people that are believing in free choice or freedom over their body. So what I can share with you is our community, our kindred spirits will not always look like us or identify similar to us. You're going to find yourself around people that you might consider very different from you. Maybe part of your soul group, maybe an amazing person that you connect with and helps you and you help them. Maybe they've never done yoga and don't want to, and you're big into yoga. So we're being taught to look beyond the surface, to connect in vibrationally through coherence of the heart and resonance, not by the labels. So it's really, I feel, a beautiful thing by what I see in the future. It is such a beautiful thing because I feel for so long we've identified people by what we see on the outside, how they dress, how they look, do they eat meat or they don't eat meat, or they plant-based or vegan or vegetarian, pescatarian, and we've just boxed ourselves in. And so I feel like in some way there is much more opening up for us, even if at the beginning there's a lot of disharmony, chaos, uncertainty, or for some sadness, disappointment, or a sense of loss in perhaps thinking and hoping you had a certain community or people that would have your back or would be there for you, supportive, and now they're not. And who knows, maybe there'll be a shift and a change, and then they will be there. All I can tell you is ultimately our world is opening up more. And that means that there will be more love, higher vibrational love, 5D and above, that goes beyond the labels, that goes beyond what we immediately see, but comes more from the heart. And sometimes, we're going to really be pleasantly surprised by maybe someone that we didn't think liked us or was, would even associate with us, could maybe end up being a really, really good friend on the path. And for some of you, might even be your life mate that's a soulmate, or a soulmate that ends up being your life mate, or rest of your life mate, or create mate. It's a lot of interesting pairings that are coming up in the new year. So let's look at December and see how that is unfolding for you in regards to what's coming up next year. Because I really feel December is a big setup. Just November has been as well, but I feel like December, there's some really defining moments and decisions for everyone, that there's a lot more clarity in December. All right, soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. Let's tune in to the readings. Hi, soul story number 1. This is your reading. So very interesting. I didn't hear this until I switched off the camera and then switched it on to get to your reading. And I was hearing the John Lennon song, Imagine, which is interesting because I didn't identify that. But I do feel why I'm getting that. 2 things: your male energy, your male voice, whether you are in a female, a woman, or a man, or however you identify. This is about you connecting in December into the masculine aspect of you, which means this is about motion, reaching out, expressing. It's making decisions and decisive action to move forward or to move in a new direction. There's something for you about moving or movement, speaking your truth. For some of you, even singing. I feel like there's a lot of artists that I'm connecting with. Somebody also with great mediumship. I'm just getting, maybe it's on YouTube, but I'm getting someone either very strong mediumship abilities or wants to have that and is studying that. You're really being asked to insert yourself more in your life in December. Make yourself more of a priority is what I'm hearing. Masculine energy also has a lot to do, not just with doing something, putting something out in the world, but also boundaries. The masculine aspect of us is able to create boundaries that support our dreams, our goals, our visions, or what we imagine. So you doing dream work, dream therapy, studying dreams, keeping a dream journal, imagining, visioning is really important for you in December, but also to start, if you haven't already, to put down the steps, to start the steps, to start to move forward, okay? So this December for you is it's a bit of a balance, I would say. It's dreaming, daydreaming, meditation, contemplation. It's definitely, yes, more right brain activity, but it's like now it's time to take action or do steps or create a plan or a business plan or business model with what it is that you want to do, what you want to create. I love, there's a wonderful online program. I believe the basic one is free. It's called Lean Canvas, Lean Canvas, Canvas. And that can help you with your ideas, your business ideas. I do feel with a lot of you, there's a very strong business and or entrepreneurial aspect to you. And you're wondering, is now the right time? So I'm really hearing like what you've been imagining, what you've been focused on, what you've been dreaming about. It's now time to start putting it into some kind of form. Now, for some of you, this is a book or something that goes into publication or circulation. Got one more, shuffle. And I just keep hearing the time is now to imagine. Something also with image. Your image could be changing in December. Now, some of you, I feel like it could even be foods or nutrition where you're making a change, dietary changes. There could be changes even to your hair or something that you're doing. Maybe some of you may have a beard and then you're not going to have one, or you're growing a beard. There's some kind of change. Some of you, I'm also getting in a colder climate because I'm seeing like kind of, I guess, knitted scarves and woolly kind of sweaters. So could be in the United States, but also not. It could be, wherever you're watching this, if it's a colder climate. All right, so we're going to look at, I'm actually going to do something different and look at each week. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups. Well, that's what I was saying, healers, teachers, contemplating meditation, but Ace of Pentacles. So they're Cook and Seven of Cups. See, that's the imagine. Those are the decisions. And I almost feel like this is the mode that you've been in. I don't know if you can see that. You've been in this kind of contemplative, dreamy, maybe some of you a little uncertain or confused as what direction to go in. And you've got the Ten of Swords. Strength in the center. And 10 of Cups. So you've got two tens here, which equal a 20. So to me, that tells me that you're in what we call a double turning point. So the decisions that you're going to be making either this month and or the next 2 months, 2 to 3 at the most, will bring more fulfillment, more financial reward for you, but it's huge change. When we call a double turning point, it's like someone that moves and then they change their job, or they change their job and then they'll change their whole career, right? Maybe you go to school for something and you're halfway through and then you change it and then you move somewhere else. So there's the change that's coming to you is great change. One thing would be great change on its own, but you're doing multiple change. Many of you could be changing where you work or how you work and where you live. Or you could be freeing up. You could be getting married and moving on with someone, or you could be leaving a relationship. So you'll know what it is, but it is a destiny that you do this larger change. Some of you with strength here, Leo card, it could have to do with, I've heard creativity, but I keep hearing something with communication. That communication is, well, there, just as I said, communication. We've got the Eight of Wands, the Sun, and the High Priestess, Pisces. So we've got some of you, I feel there's some kind of work offered that's a new direction, or you might have to move for work, or you might realize, and it might even be a friend saying, look, I think I have this position, or I know somebody that has this job that you'd be great at. I can talk to them about it. And would you be interested? So you're leaving, with that Ten of Swords, you're leaving a lot of family drama, trauma behind. There's some kind of pattern that you have shifted, or in the process of shifting. Some of you have changed that pattern. I really feel like you're using your intuition a lot and really channeling the information direction for you. Now, some of you, I feel the channeling has to do with art or music or something that you're putting out there into the world that's very creative. Self-expression is also key for you, okay? December has a lot to do with you and your self-expression and what's important for you. Okay, so that's another thing. What's important for you? You might have a lot of decisions this month also, but I feel like you're going to make the decisions. If not the beginning of the month, the end of the month, there's a lot of clarity and movement. Now, some of you, this is movement on a particular project where you're moving forward. Oh, wow, I love this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so for you right now. Follow the signs. Look around for clues. The answer to your question is right in front of you. Love this. Follow the signs. I feel that's so you right now. And that's this High Priestess energy. And that's also the King of Cups energy of you going within. Yeah. This is really important for you, is to discern what is really working for you. Be very aware of time wasters, what wastes your time. In other words, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to give you the information I'm getting. In other words, if maybe in the past you dated people that you knew, it was just kind of fun. I feel right now it's like it's only about being with people that it's going to go somewhere. Okay? So if something is just a healthy distraction is great, but if it's going to emotionally pull you off, that King of Cups and that High Priestess is saying, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, you also got 15, a starry night. The beaming and glistening light from the stars reminds you that there's hope for your future. So I feel December, be very connected to the stars, the moon at night. Many of you may get your great ideas at night and then put them into action in the morning. I feel like you're really now starting to focus on a life that brings that 10 of Cups. You're starting to focus on a different life or way of living, a different way of living and a different lifestyle that is much more fulfilling for you, and for some of you even much more interesting. So you're building something new. And I feel like for some of you, this cycle might have started around 2019 for some of you. Some of you, it was last August, September, somewhere in there, fall months. And then you've got Beacon of Light. You are a leader, teacher, and mentor for many people around you. See, use your voice. Even if you're singing or doing videos, there's something that you're broadcasting, you're beaming that is very helpful on the planet right now. And I'm hearing use your gifts, use your creativity, use your talents, because I do feel that you will do quite well. But whatever it is, you also have to bring in your intuition, okay? You have to bring in the spiritual aspect of you, your spirit and your soul, your spiritual practice. So some of you may be working in jobs where people didn't know that part of you, and maybe you're starting to open up more to that, to reveal that part of you. This wanted to come up. Okay, the two of them. The Warrior. And you got Gnosis, so to know. So again, in the Warrior, so for me, the Warrior is saying for you, this is about being a warrior in your own life, that you're persevering, you're moving through things, you're sticking to it. The Gnosis is that that's that High Priestess energy, that you're starting to trust your intuition more, following the signs, you're starting to get more of the messages that I feel your higher self has been giving you for quite a while. But now you're really starting to listen, okay? So you could still in December have a lot on your mind or a lot of options, but I feel like they're getting clearer. I feel like December for you is a time of choice, okay? You're going to see the choice. Oh, I love this. I love this is so perfect for you. I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. That says it all, soul story number 1. That says it all. So if you feel things have been stuck, they're going to be moving. If you feel like you haven't had clear direction, the clarity is coming, okay? You have to really trust your gut, trust your intuition, meditate on things, use your intuition. I feel some of you, a good amount of you, are going to actually be using your intuition in the work that you're doing. Whatever it is clears up. Now, it could be mid-December or end of December. There's things really start moving. And for some of you, it's a particular project that might have been on hold or delayed or on hold. It does show the finance or the money is coming in for those of you that are asking about that kind of question. And the project, it may or may not start in December, but you'll have a clear understanding or vision of where it's going or what's needed from you, okay, or of you. There is or will be a divine intervention. Expect miracles, believe, faith. Okay, that's very interesting, because on my podcast, Awakenings with Michele Meiche, we're doing actually all of December, but I'm going to probably push it to January. If you want to join us, I should have put it in the main part of the reading. We had an amazing guest on a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, I guess, depending on when you're watching this video. I think I'm recording it on the 18th, I believe, right before the lunar eclipse. Mark Mincola, who wrote a book called The Way of Miracles. And so we're doing this whole thing about expectancy, have expectancy of a miracle. And because there's a lot of energy right now of blessings and miracles and things majorly turning around. So I open invitation to you to join us in this, and then let me know in the comments what miracles come up for you, and or blessings, kind of the same. Remember I said take time for you, prioritize you. You need space. You need to take time for yourself. Self-prioritize. Okay, these are my little cards. So, and that's, again, I'm going to go back to this. I said in the beginning of your reading, because the decisions that you need to make, also I feel so story number one, you're really kind of getting in sync with these other parts of your aspects of you that are coming from your soul, coming out to have expression on this earth plane. So you really do, look at this, 3 cards of really going within, okay? Pausing, having that balanced emotions. Some of you could be talking to a healer or therapist, or maybe you're watching a lot of videos to get insight and then bringing it into your own routine or what works for you. So this is the prioritizing for you is not, even if you're sleeping more or you need more naps, you're not slacking. You need this time to integrate the changes that are happening and to rebalance your inner psyche, because there are major changes coming in your life, and you know that. And so this is part of the preparation. So if those of you that have some issues or problem or worry, there is some kind of divine intervention. Something you thought was going to be problematic, I feel, is going to be less so, or very easy to be handled. So this is about expecting a miracle, expecting that you're being supported and being helped, and just move confidently through the changes that are happening, because you are going to have much more clarity, enough to make decisions. And I think that's what a lot of you have been wanting to know. And you're getting the message to follow the signs. Follow the signs. Notice the synchronicities. Notice, that person keeps showing up. Okay, pause. What does that mean? What's in a way, I feel like you need to say, what's in it for me? What does that mean for me? However you want to do it. It's not in a self. It's a healthy centered in self. It's not in a negatively selfish way, but you right now need to look at what is working for me. In other words, this person keeps calling. Is it to offer me a job or to connect and support me? Or is it just to drain my energy? Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to say, what's my part in this? What am I receiving in this? Is this fair? Is this a fair exchange? You need to prioritize yourself at this time, because then you will more successfully align with the energies and the aspects of your being that are coming from your soul for this next level of soul expression and soul unfolding and fulfillment. I heard fulfillment of what you imagine. So it is a time to put yourself first. And when you do that, everything else is going to fall into place. That's the key for you. I think your mantra for I'm not getting another one. I feel that your mantra for the month, your affirmation to really connect with, is I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. That's at 8 of Wands, okay? So let go on whatever's holding you back and bring that energy to you in the present to move forward. All right, soul story number 1. Radiant lights, I wish you such a beautiful December, and please let me know how this reading resonates for you and how it unfolds for you. Take good care and shine bright. Hey, soul lights. You know what's so interesting? Soul story number 2. As I'm tuning into your energy, I can smell baking. Bread or cookie, something. I'm in food. I'm getting a lot to do with like yummy, nurturing food, maybe holiday food. I don't know if I'm connecting with a lot of cooks or bakers or chefs. It could also be spiritual nourishing, obviously spiritual nourishment, but I feel like a fireplace, warm. I'm getting a lot to do with warmth and comfort. And for some of you, you need to take a break a little bit this December, or just take some extra time for yourself or friends and family. I don't know, apple cider, apple cider, hot apple cider, hot toddy, I don't know, champagne, eggnog, teas, coffee during. I'm getting a lot to do with kicking your feet up and just relaxing and connecting with some of you. I'm hearing with a special someone. I do get a lot to do with marriage, home, family, dating, relationships with this group. What is this? Oh, maybe that's why gratitude. So some of you could have also been away from family or somebody, and they're coming back around, whether it's family members. Someone is saying, I'm sorry I took advantage of you. That's for someone. Hosting some parties or family. I'm getting a lot to do with groups this December. Friends, family groups. Community. Some of you are doing some community outreach, I'm seeing. Yeah, I feel like this December, like you're going to be able to sigh, a little bit of sigh of relief. And even if it's for some of you 3 days, 4 days, some of you could be traveling a lot, going to visit friends or family. I do see skiing a lot. Some people with you with snow, which is definitely not around where I'm at. So I really get with you like this holiday buzz. Very different reading than soul story number 1 for that soul group. So let's see what's going on with you, soul story number 2. Let's see what's going on with your, on the Akashic. What's coming up for you? What is meant to be? You're on your divine destiny. Well, we've got the Wheel of Mars, which is also the Tower at the bottom. And this side, 9 of Wands. So that again could be the movement that I'm seeing. That could be travel. That could be, a lot of you, what I'm hearing is this month you overcome obstacles. There's some obstacles that you're overcoming. Some things that perhaps you were afraid of or fearing might be more problematic or will not be. 6 of Cups. What did I say earlier about family and the channeling part? So relatives, siblings, people from the past, could be loved ones from the past. There's a lot of nostalgia, and maybe that's why I was picking up on, like, I don't know, ice cream, eggnog, some of you Santa Claus. I mean, I don't know. I'm getting a lot with like childhood memories. There's someplace you used to go as a child. Some of you are returning there. Some of you are returning to your childhood homes, or maybe you're coming home from school or wherever you've been traveling. But there is a lot to do with memories of the past, nostalgia, childhood in particular. For some of you, siblings or friends that are like family that perhaps you haven't seen in a while, or you've just talked to, or maybe you've done, FaceTime with. But I do see a lot of you seeing people in person, or some people are coming to visit you that you haven't seen in a while. We got the Knight of Swords here, the Ten of Wands. Now the Ten of Wands, I feel like December's going to be kind of busy for you, even though you've got, and maybe it's just you've got a lot on with home, family, or people traveling to see you, or you're traveling to see them. You could have a lot of visitors is what I'm hearing. You've got the Three of Wands, potential opportunity. Some of you are going to be in a crunch of what am getting deadlines. I've got to get this done before they come and visit or before we leave. So there is, for some of you, a lot to do with work, projects, finishing stuff up to either leave, go on vacation, or some of you, you might even be just taking a day or 2 or 2 or 3 days off, some of you a week. But there is going to be this kind of crunch with your schedule and your work and getting things done. Some of you, what I'm hearing to tell you, there's a lot with commerce. So maybe you have Etsy stores or whatever, something, or you're selling online or jewelry or something, or you have, some of you have some stuff in a boutique or something, and you're going to have to replenish the, I'm seeing jewelry. You're going to have to replenish it. You're going to have to, they're going to need more. There's the Hermit. Trust your intuition, trust your gut on anything that's coming up, especially negotiations in December is what I'm hearing. Or people may say, oh, we only need 10 of these. And you might feel, oh, they need 20. Just follow through on the 20. Some of you are selling some stuff on consignment. There's 3 of Cups. So again, abundance, happiness, parties, gatherings, support, help. Some of you could be working with a small group or small team. That seems to get better. The working conditions get better. You may be feeling gratitude for your team or whom you have around you to help you. I've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Queen of Cups, again, nurturing. This was one of the cards for cooking. Queen of Cups. And then Balance or Temperance. I'm actually going to pull another, whoops, there it was. I knew there was another one that wanted to come out. Okay. Got the Moon and 5 of Wands with the 10 of Wands. Okay, so the biggest thing I hear is, can I get it all done? Yes. So you might have to rebalance what you're doing. You might have to have a different type of schedule is what I'm hearing, or alter your schedule this month in December, or you may have to just alter your expectations of what it is you want to do or think you can do, or what others can help you do, okay? I do say this month brings a lot more of people around you, people in your life. If you may have not be used to that because of the Hermit. So you might be feeling like, oh, I'm pushed in all these different directions. You know, this is too much for me. I'm getting pushed and pulled in these various directions, or it's too much to balance work and everything that's starting to grow a lot, expand with relationship. Or now you've got the relationship and now work picks up, or work has picked up and now a relationship comes in. So you're going to have to just balance it all is what I'm hearing. And I do feel with that Knight of Swords, there could be some overcoming misunderstanding, miscommunication, but also be very aware of your tongue. It could be sharp because, again, you could be overly stretched is what I'm hearing. So you may have to kind of like take some deep breaths, do some journaling, do some meditation or guided meditation, or, you know, progress relaxation before you have a conversation with someone, okay? Because I do feel in December, some of you might feel like someone's not pulling the weight. You're not getting the help or support you need. So it could be a little sharp tonguey. It could be a little like, you might feel a little rebellious, like, you know, I've had enough of this. So just wait until January to make any big decisions is what I'm hearing. Even though you're moving forward in a lot of things, you may not be able to, even though you're doing a lot, it may not be, like for some of you, I feel like someone's helping you, or maybe you work with somebody and somebody goes on vacation, and then the person that comes to help you or is temporarily helping you is better than the person that normally helps you, but you can't get rid of them right now, you know? So I feel like you have to just have gratitude for what you have right now, gratitude for the people in your life, gratitude for the situations. The refining for you is going to come more January, maybe mid-January to February. Whoops. Okay, let's just take one out here. Oh, the prayer. That's what I'm saying. The prayer. You got to... The prayer. Yeah, you got to pray. Prayer will help you, and that's the gratitude also. In other words, sometimes we get what we need but not what we want. And then the vow. So what are you committing to? So this is a time to look and see, have you overcommitted yourself? Is there too much that you're doing, too much on your plate? You know, there could be the prayer of gratitude. I mean, gratitude is a form of prayer, moving into gratefulness for what you have. Okay. I feel like it's like, I'm grateful for the support I have right now. I'm grateful for this job. I'm grateful for this relationship. I'm grateful to be back home. And you can want something else. You can want it better. You can want to refine things. But gratitude is greatly going to help you this month. And it's also, I feel, the gratitude for what you have, what you've learned, what you've overcome, what you've set in motion is also going to get that wheel going, that wheel of fortune, okay? It's actually going to bring in more abundance and fortune. Now, let me just see here. I'm getting a message. As you kind of relax on the expectations, a new balance comes in and a new level of support. Now, some of you, this could be bonus, increase in money, raise, right? Increase in finance or financial situation. Some of you could be given money, or I'm hearing win money. You've done a lot on your own, but the gratitude, the gratefulness is key to the next evolution, the next shifting of the gears to complete the change is what I'm hearing. And that brings a whole new balance into your life. All right. Also, I feel like that could also bring, okay, I'm just going to say the ability to travel. Like some of you are going to be traveling a longer distance. Maybe even in the time of Sagittarius or Sag, or you're planning it. You're planning that. There's a lot to do with international people. I'm hearing multiple languages, different accents, multiple languages. So for some of you, there could be long distance travel, and some of you, there can be international travel. Funny enough, I do see some people like Western, like on horseback, like a ranch, or somebody I've been seeing through the whole reading. I'm getting Colorado, I'm getting Wyoming. For some of you, I'm getting England, Scotland, Canada, India. So I'm getting some areas where there's a lot of space or spaciousness. So it could be in the country or outskirts. Oh, wishing on a star. It's time for you to dream again. Go ahead, make a wish. It just might come true. I love that. I'm hearing for some of you, some of you are saying, I just wish for more peace and calm. I just want that. I want more stability. So that's coming in, the stability. Then you've got the challenger. Your relationships could be challenging you in a very painful way. Well, that's that Knight of Swords. That's what I was saying earlier. So you might, and if you do, it's okay. You have to forgive yourself, and people can forgive you. But some of you could get in a situation where there's an argument or debate and it gets kind of heated. Or someone says something to you and you don't quite know how to respond, that maybe you just shut down. Or it could be with siblings. Some of you, I'm seeing it could be at the dinner table where there's like caustic words, kind of sarcastic, cutting, biting words. So yeah, there could be some challenges in relationship right now, especially those that you plan on having support from. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, why aren't they as supportive? Or I've been supportive for them. And I would just say right now, December, people are doing the best they can with what they have. This is a time for you to evaluate, focus on you. Okay, spiritual practice. Making time for your spiritual practice will assist you with clearing your mind and restoring your inner peace. Well, there you go. There's your answer. This month you're going to have to use your spiritual practice, connect into your spiritual practice. For some of you, I feel, because you're going to be around a lot of people. One of my assistants years ago, I worked and later became a great friend. When I taught meditation, I taught metaphysical classes and developed the curriculum for Agape Spiritual Center for meditation. And she said, where two or more are gathered, a friend of hers used to say this, where two or more are gathered, there is drama. So yeah, people bring drama, and even the best of us, we get caught in things or say something we don't mean to. So soul story number 2, I feel like you're going to have a lot of family around you, or friends like family, or relationships. Someone could be bouncing back in for a short period of time and you're wondering what to do, or like, well, where were you, or why are you, I don't know. There's just a lot about relationship, and it's showing you something. It's showing you there's a mirroring happening for you in December. So I would say don't be too quick to cut things out or cut things up, or be too sharp-tongued, or, and if it happens, it happens, but there's going to be some challenges in relationship. But what will help you is taking a spiritual point of view, a very metaphysical or philosophical point of view, and work on your triggering. And then you'll see what you need to say to somebody or not say to somebody. Okay, we got here, I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. Okay, well, 6 of Cups is also inner child. So we've got something here with children, or children from the past, or childhood friends, childhood memories, could be siblings. So take care of your inner child this month. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. Well, that's that Wheel of Fortune. So many of you, you might have been a little more isolated, and it's going to be a little kind of like, oh, I remember this pattern, or I remember this cycle, or I remember this is how my brother is, or this is how my sister is, or this is how my best friend is, or this is how my uncle, whatever, my mom or my dad, whatever it is. You got to kind of give yourself a little bit of a pass, give yourself some slack, that you might need more alone time or downtime in December. And even especially those of you that are traveling or visiting friends or family, or people are coming to visit you, or there's much more going on, you may need some little breaks in between. Okay, you also got Moon Goddess. I am in harmonious flow with the moon's energy in all phases of life. So there again, we're talking about phases. That's that Wheel of Fortune. So something's coming in your life this December. Like for those of you that have been a lot on your own, or perhaps even isolated, more people are coming, more socializing. Friends, family, being out and about, just more to do to balance out. Those of you that have been doing a lot with friends or family or people around you a lot, maybe even work commitments, the complementary to that, you might find yourself more on your own, or like, oh gosh, I get to take a day or 2 off, or 3 days, or I have the whole week to myself. So whatever's happening in December is balancing your inner psyche, mind, body, spirit. There's a balancing and rebalancing that's taking place. You also got Find Your Bliss. I am following a path I love and am fully aligned to my soul's purpose. Okay, that could be some of the contemplation energy of going within. That you're wanting, okay, what's my next focus? What's my next step? I hear a lot of you saying, well, what's my next step? What's my next focus? And December is the time it'll be more revealed, but it's not time to push it, okay? And some of you may be saying, oh, now I finally know what I want to do, or I want to focus on this, and now I don't have the time. But again, gratitude for where you are, what you know, being more in prayer, being more, let's see if there's one more, being more, okay, you got focus on teaching and learning. So all that people, when we're involved in relationships, it's about learning, sharing, growing, but also teaching. Sometimes we teach just by how we are. We model to another person. Okay, you got two here. Creative solutions. Use your intuition. So this could be about creativity or what issues come up. Maybe there's a creative solution to the situation. Oh, now this is interesting. You've got two relationship cards, and you've got the Six of Cups here. You've got connection, collaboration, commitment, soul-mated relationship. So some of you, this brings in a soul-mated relationship. Could be kindred spirits, could be friends, family, could be people you haven't seen in a long time, a really good friend, could be on a romantic level. Now, this is really important, soul story number 2. Up-leveling in your relationships. New soul-mated and soul path relationships. So whether December may bring it actually in your life tangibly, or the awareness is there by what you're learning about relationships in December. So pay attention in this month, because what you're learning this month is going to set you up for what you attract next year in your relationships, whether it's collegial, collaborative, creative, community, whether it's, romantic, life partner, whatever it is, what you're observing and learning about yourself this month and other people in your life. You may say, because what's coming up, what's the next phase for you? The next phase, as the wheel turns, is an up-leveling in your relationships. That means more fulfillment, more love, more abundance, more soul connecting, heart attuning relationships. So definitely I would say for you in 2022, there is a lot to do with relationship. Now, some of you, it could be the gratitude for some of the people you have in your life, the relationships, and or some of the new people that are coming in for you. So you may already be feeling this gratitude of, wow, I have this person or that person or this family member, whatever it is. There's a lot shifting for you in regards to relationship, and it starts in December. And those of you that are wishing for somebody to come in to be a long-term partnership, I would say that is coming in for you, definitely. Okay, I'm hearing for you, your soul awakening mantra for the month is, I'm committed to my soul and I'm committed to my path. Okay, some of you, this is about commitment to what your soul wants. You're departing from certain situations that just don't feel, you just don't feel it. They don't fulfill you. And it's, for some of you, there's been some things that I would call soul crushing that you're moving on from. And some of you, it is, I am open and grateful for the soulful connections that I am now making and the soulful love I am now attracting. All right. Blessings to you, love and much light in December. And have a beautiful, beautiful December, however you decide to experience it and celebrate. I wish you much peace and light. Hi, soul story number 3. This is your reading, miracles. I've been working a lot with this, connecting in with miracles, blessings. And in fact, through my podcast, Awakenings with Michele Meiche, we're doing, starting now, all of December and into January, expect a miracle. To have the expectancy of miracles. So if you want to join us in that, I'd love to hear in the comments between now and January how your blessings and miracles unfold for you. I talked about that on my podcast. I think it was November 17th. The guest was Mark Mancola, who wrote The Way of Miracles, and really explained what they are. I mean, pretty amazing. So let's see, I want to do it this way. So I get with you, I deserve it. So I feel like a lot of you have worked on deservability, on self-worth, on your worth for what you provide. I feel a lot of transition and change with a great number of you, either in December or starting in December into next year, meaning job change, career change, moving, working differently. Just there's a lot with even some of you changing your fee or price on things. Some of you are working more contract based so that you could work on your own projects. Maybe you're consulting or you're working more from home, working remotely. Some of you doing temporary work, again, so there's a lot, I feel like a lot of shuffling in your life, a lot of movement. Two more. And that is, some of you are saying I've already had a lot of miracles and I'm expecting more. So I do get a lot with faith, that there's a lot of faith and trust that you have in your path and your process at this time. And many of you are making some big changes and decisions that you're finally feeling like, oh, I feel good enough to do this, or I feel like I have enough money in the bank or support. I have enough faith. I know this is going to work out. I know this is going to turn around. Okay, you've got the Six of Wands. Now, climbing up that, see, this is what I get with you. I get this much different energy than soul story number 1, number 2, number 3. I'm getting this, like, I can do it, I can make it, I can do it, I'm going to do this, I'm changing, this is what I want to do now. So this does tell me that there is going to be a lot of success. You're climbing the mountain, you're getting the acclaim. You've got these salamanders here that have a lot to do with transformation and also magic. Salamanders, their coat or their skin shimmers. So you're climbing to the top, and I feel like many of you understand you have magical helpers. You have a spirit team, you have a spirit guide, you have guardian angel or the angelic realm. You're very much in touch with that. You're very much in touch with other dimensional beings, with your higher self, your soul. You really are applying spiritual principles to your life. Many of you, law of attraction or universal laws. Maybe you've studied Hermetic philosophy, the Hermetic principles, the Hicks, Abraham Hicks. You've got 9 of Wands here. And again, I'm just feeling this 7 and 9, the strength to make it through, to make it to the top. You have some goals that you've set. And then you've got the 5 of Wands here. So it's interesting, we start with 6, 9, and 5, all wands at the beginning of the reading to set the tone. Let's see, then you've got the King of Swords. Okay, that's the teacher, communicator, also clearing the air. You're showing up 5 of Swords. There could be competition, but see, that's what I feel like. Whatever you're scaling, whatever you're trying to do, not trying to do, whatever you're doing, you're in the process of doing it. And you're making headway. And we've got the Hermit here. So December definitely brings, I want to say don't rest on your laurels, but December also brings some well-deserved rest. And I'm hearing to share with you and suggest that get your rest where you can. Make sure you're getting, like if you have extra time to sleep in, or let's say somebody's rescheduled your clients or appointments or whatever it is, then take that day or take part of that day. If you have part of it, or you find out, oh gosh, my Saturday just got cleared. Take that time. It's going to be well worth it. And then we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Again, working together, working as a team. Some of you are putting together a new team. Could be team building or something to do with work or in the office as well. And then you've got the 6 of Swords. That could be travel at the end of the overcoming misunderstanding, getting a clearer picture on things. Okay, I'm getting a story here, but I want to just put this out. And then we've got the 7 of Wands. We've got a lot of Wands, so that tells me a lot of action, a lot of motivation, inspiration in December, and inspired action. Some of you have had a negative assessment either of yourself, a situation at work, or you've been expecting kind of a negative or limiting outcome to a situation. And I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like things are going to be turning around for you. Or you're starting, for some of you, you're starting to see a limitation in a job, maybe even the way you're doing a job or your career, and you're going to be changing that up. Or some of you are in a certain position at work, and now you're seeing the limitation in it, or that, oh, I can't really expand in this position or in this company, or the way the politics are, the office politics or the corporate politics or company politics or company policies are, I can't go on, I can't do this. So you are setting yourself apart from the competition is what I hear, the companies or people around you. There is this setting apart. You're starting to get it, soul story number 3, that there really is no competition. You're starting to do your own thing and learn your own thing. For some of you, teach or show or do whatever you're doing in your own way. But because there's other people, obviously, whether you work with other people or you're talking about other companies or other people that do work like you or similar to you, there's other people in your field. So you're having to set yourself apart and not get too caught up in the idea that you're competing against them. There just happen to be, there's other people in your world, in your field. Some of you, there's someone vying for your attention. There's somebody that wants to connect with you, whether online or in person. I feel like there could be some people that want to learn from you, study with you. Some of you, this vying for attention could be someone that's kind of enamored with you or admires your work, wants to connect with you further, maybe even wants to help you, or they kind of want to pick your brain to see how do you do what you do. Okay, I'm going to take this because it came out soul purpose. Something exciting is on the horizon for you if you follow your passion, okay? Because I feel like what's on the horizon is you have to just stick to what it is that you're doing. That's this climbing the mountain. And one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, just step forward. You don't have Knight of Pentacles here. You have 3 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So some of you, this has a lot to do with using your mind differently, maybe changing your mindset to more of I can, to open up to the miracles, right? That I can make a go of this. I can be successful at this. I can turn this around financially and have more financial prosperity or financial success, financial freedom or financial stability, however you want to look at it. Okay, it's also showing you're a beacon of light. You're a leader, teacher, and mentor for many people around you. Well, look at that. That's here. And that's here. So for some of you, I want to say in your own day, you will be believed. So keep at what you're doing and you will have that acclaim. It's just, you're breaking into something is what I'm seeing. You're breaking into something and it takes, some of you it's an inner circle, some of you it's administratively, some of you it is, maybe it's even on YouTube, in your field somehow, in your field, wherever that is, you know where it is. Whether it's online, in person, or combination online and in person, you're breaking through and it just takes a while. And I can even like see like this, I don't know, almost like cellophane or something, and then they're like poking through and then there's another poking through. So there's going to be these breakthroughs. Follow the signs, look around for clues. The answer to your question is right in front of you. So what to do, I just hear boo, do you. What to do is do you. I feel like you're getting enough feedback that you're on the right track. You just have to stick with it. In fact, I'm going to put this card here because this client, I don't know if you can see it, but you have to just climb the mountain. I mean, that's it. You're climbing. Use your tools. You're, connecting to your soul, being aligned to your soul's purpose, your joy, what brings you joy. Follow your bliss. You're building at it. You're building at whatever you're doing. 3 of Pentacles is works. It's creativity. It's works. It's workshops, seminars. Some of you could be teaching online or doing workshops, retreats, seminars. It's working with other people collaboratively. It's expecting support, having support, but it's also work. It's shared work. It's nothing. In other words, she's painting. That painting doesn't get done just by looking at it. There's work involved. There's toil. 3 of Pentacles is also toil and labor. Purging process. You may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that's disrupting your inner peace. I think that's because some of you are judging how far you've come along, and you might be having some doubts. Supernova. An aspect of your personality, ego self, must die to make way for the new shiny to be born. Okay, what I'm hearing in this and what I feel in this by what I'm psychically getting from the cards, the messages from the cards, that this is just letting go of a formula way you might have done things in the past, or like you're having to dig deep. Soul story number 3, you're having to dig deep. You're having to go, how do I want to do this? Or it's even beyond asking yourself a question. It's just like showing up more kind of raw and ready, more aligned to your soul, more authentic, more genuine. And I feel like, I don't feel like your ego person is dying. I feel like it's getting subsumed more into your soul, that you're just kind of perhaps even surprising yourself how you're showing up. Like, wow, they really liked that. Or wow, that was great. Or, oh God, I really felt good about that. Or I really loved doing this. That you're just showing up with less and less preconceived ideas. You're less and less structuring how to respond or how to be. You're less and less showing up formulaic. The layers are being peeled off. And it's the true you that's shining through more and more and more and more. So and I feel like it's a natural process. Whatever you're doing is supporting that, okay? It's like, some of you may be feeling that there's this rebirth that you're in, that you kind of went through a lot of death, a lot of change and transformation. And so now you're in this rebirth phase is what I'm hearing. Let's see, what else? A lot of movement for you. I just get a lot of movement. There's a lot to do. Okay, I'm also going to pull this because this one too. It's calling me. Okay, the self. This is the rainbow. Focus on all aspects of you, soul story number 3. Even the parts that don't seem to go together or seem paradoxical. Focus on all parts of you, the rainbow part of you. You are a vessel for source energies. You are a vessel for the light. You are a creative vessel. You are a channel. You have made a vow to come back and teach and share. You have made a vow to come back and assist humanity. You have made a vow to move forward and move beyond what has held you back. You're realizing that, and you are the queen. So you are connecting into your regalness, your spiritual royalty, okay? You are tapping into your specialness, what makes you you, okay? You're tapping in more to the divine feminine and the sacredness of you, okay? And that's drawing in miracles, okay? That's drawing in support and help from the spirit realm, from the unseen realm. So you will get to the top, yes, by some of your work, your labor, your toil, step by step, but also from miracles, divine blessings, divine miracles, where maybe you take a nap and all of a sudden you've gone up 5 steps, Or maybe there's a magic elevator that takes you to the top, or a chariot that takes you further, or you get to one top of the mountain, and then there's a magic dragon or magic helicopter that takes you to the very, very top, to even higher. Do you see what I'm saying? So really focus on how you're expressing your soul's purpose. Ooh, whatever that answer is, before you know it, that's what I said. Before you know it, you're going to be at that next level. Benefits and increase in all you do, prosperity, abundance, and money. So see, yeah, expect a miracle. I mean, really expect, demand and expect miracles. Before you know it, there's a quantum leap. Before you know it, there's an increase. Before you know it, you turn around and there's your soulmate that's a life partner. Increase in all you do, prosperity, abundance, money. You're in a 2.5 to 3 year cycle. Some of you, if you're asking for when am I going to be able to retire, or when am I going to be able to when will I have that financial abundance or security, it could be 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Some of you, whatever you're doing, you've been in a 2.5 to 3 year cycle. Some of you, this cycle started in 2020. Okay. So whatever it is, it's going to take about 2 years to complete for some of you. Okay. Whatever that is. Some of you, it started in 2000. I wanted to say 2019, but then I heard 2020. Some of you, it started in 2019. And it started with a move. Soul family, many lifetimes together, other dimensional realities, parallel universes, beyond the veil. So a lot of you are attracting your soul family. You're attracting soul connections. Some of you are attracting relationships that you realize that you have a parallel life together. So you may be getting a little bit of a bleed through, like, oh, I know we're, like, you might think it's a dream. Like you're dreaming of someone, especially those of you, it could be like twin flame, twin soul, however, identify with that you're like having dreams of this person and you're living out another life. And it's like, seems so real. Well, that's because it is real, right? Many of you are going to be connecting in with more of the parallel universe or universes and bringing that information or insight back into this dimension to use. To help you. So some of you, this could be your future self that's connecting with you, or other dimensional aspects of you. So you are starting to connect in beyond the veil into the universal heart, into the interconnectedness of everything and everyone. So you're opening up a lot. Didn't I say you're a channel? The vessel. Yeah, see, the vessel. So a lot of you are really emptying a lot, where you are experiencing yourself more as this vessel or channel for spirit through your soul. Wow. Soul story number 3. Amazing. Well, your soul awakening mantra is I am easily attracting all that I need and want for my soul's expression, experience, prosperity, abundance, and loving relationships. That's it. It's a biggie. The more you realize you're the vessel, and the more you live from the multi-universe, the multiverse that is you, the soul, let all aspects of you shine through, the more life just opens up and opens up and opens up for you. All right, Radiant Light. So have a beautiful December. If you celebrate any of the holidays, I wish you beautiful celebrations and lots of love, light, and clarity. Take good care.